This week's Pick a Card tarot reading looks like, yep, there's a lot going on, a lot of different influences, but things seem to be going in the right direction. There's quite a lot of kind of working things through and making the right decisions going on this week, and also a new sense of sort of connectedness and love with the people around you. Hi and welcome back. I'm running a little bit late with this Mercury retrograde, which we're currently enjoying, which I sort of have mixed feelings about. Seems to have been giving me a little bit of a runaround. So I made a video earlier with the same cards, but that went weird. I've had problems with my vehicle. My cat's been to the vet after being attacked and was quite sick, so it's been a little bit of a strange week for me, but hopefully things are clearing as we go ahead. I don't know if any of you had really weird experiences with technology or mechanicals or just things around you in the last week or so, because I just feel like things are sort of a little bit out of whack at the moment. Usually when you focus on the positive and put your thoughts out there, you do work through things, but it just seems to, it's almost like the energies around that aren't that easy to deal with sometimes. So anyway, as we look at the coming week, for row one, we've got the Tower. Oh yes, and I cut myself on a knife this morning. We've got the Tower, and the Tower is saying, it just seems things are a little bit shaky. They're a little bit things seem a little bit sort of dramatic, intense, things like that. The energy's kind of building and needs some release. So if you're in row one, if you've picked row one, and that card is basically saying try and find a way to work out that excess energy. If you're thinking about things or thoughts are running around in your mind, or you're feeling a little bit tense, go for a run, go for a walk, right, get it out. There's energy that's built up, so it's really important to get it out. Or talk with a friend, that's awesome way of doing it. So it doesn't mean the world's ending, it's just things seem a little bit uncertain on Monday and Tuesday with the Tower there. So, but that will pass. So on Wednesday and Thursday we've got the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is basically looking to the future, looking at where you want to go, what your plans are, having a very clear sense of direction, and just being very sure and very clear. And this is working with the law of attraction too, and not letting negative thoughts kind of get carried away can just manifest things, make things happen easier and smoother and things like that. Certainly something with where my mind's been going lately with my vehicle. I picked row one before I laid them out, so it's a good lesson for me too. So stay very clear, very focused about where you want to go. Don't let your obstacles hold you back. Communicate clearly with the people around you. Try not to let confusion get in the way of your relationships and things like that. And you do have an idea of where you want to go and what you want to do and what you need to achieve right now. So that sense of clarity by Friday, Saturday and Sunday has got the moon reversed, which is saying, don't buy into fear. There's a lot of things out there that can make people afraid. You read social media and the stuff you can read on there can make you afraid. If you watch the news, you can get worried about what's happening and end up afraid. If your mind gets carried away and starts, trying to figure things out, and sort of plays on the what's the worst that can happen, you can end up afraid and things like that. But the moon being reversed, it lessens that influence, and it's saying any fears, any doubts you have this week, row one, you can work through them, you can get through them one step at a time. Take your time, don't rush it, and by the weekend you're going to feel a whole lot clearer and a whole lot more certain about the things in your life. And this can apply to relationships, work, anything like that. Anything where you're trying to figure out a future, a possible future of where you want to go with something. So if a relationship's confusing you, the trick is to talk to the person and ask for some clarity. It's sometimes that needs to happen. Those chats need to happen where we say, hey, look, what's going on, where are we going, what's happening here. With work, if there's uncertainty at work, it can make us quite worried and tense. You will work through this. There are other opportunities out there. And somebody's tweeting. Sorry, somebody just tweeted outside, but it's okay. And so row 1, it's a time of working through any sort of subconscious or conscious fears and letting them go so that you can create the future you want to. So things are looking good by the weekend. You've cleared a lot of that by the weekend. And even Wednesday and Thursday, there's a real sense of being quite clear about where you want to go. So don't let any sort of fears or doubts hold you back from the kind of life you're trying to create and have in general. So row 1, that's quite an intense one. Okay, so row 2, we start with the Knight of Wands, which is action, excitement, feeling quite excited about where you're going. It's quite a good positive sort of energy about forwards movement. So in a relationship, it'll mean you're feeling quite optimistic and ready to move forwards and move into the future with that person. If it's around work, you've got some ideas about where you want to go, so don't give up on them. Keep working towards them. Very, very positive influence for row 2. So for Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, which is, absolute clarity about what you want to create, manifest, and do. So very positive clarity. Even write it down if you can. So you've got a really good sense of vision Wednesday and Thursday about where exactly you're going, what you're achieving, what you want to do, how you want to do it. So in a relationship, you've got a pretty good idea about what you want. You're not just drifting along and going, I don't know. You know where you want it to go. In work, career, it's the same thing. You've got a pretty good idea where you want your career to go, and you're feeling pretty sure of yourself this week. So very, very positive. Aces are always like very strong energy, very strong push. So on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is a little bit more of a settled energy, which is quite good because there's been so much sort of positivity, passion, fire, for a better word, earlier in the week. So the Queen of Pentacles is all about feeling quite settled and quite strong, but content and peaceful by the weekend. So I see that as a very good balance to earlier in the week. And it just seems like you know where you're going, you know where you're at, you know where things are going, and things are going in that direction. And you know it. So with a relationship, it can mean you have a really good weekend together and you feel very sure of yourself about the relationship and you're feeling very content in it. With work, same thing. You're feeling pretty confident, pretty strong about your strengths and abilities and things like that. And also a sense of material abundance comes in with that, where you're feeling quite good about where you're at financially. So it's, all good for row 2. Row 3, we start off with the Page of Pentacles. So that's about some new information, some new learning, something new's coming into your realm on Monday and Tuesday. So keep your ears open and your eyes open, because there's something quite significant going to pop up somewhere. Somebody might say something to you. You might see something anywhere, social media, on wherever. Something's going to give you a very strong message and a very strong sort of curiosity, wanting to know more and learn more. So it's about learning and development and being very interested in what you're doing So yeah, it looks fantastic for any new projects, interests, things like that. With a relationship, you're learning more about the other person. And if you're not in one but would like one, you're certainly clearer about what you want in a relationship and from another person. It's important to have that because, yeah, there's yeah, you may see something that really appeals to you and gives you a real sense of forward movement. So go for it. Wednesday and Thursday are fantastic for making progress. Nothing much can hold you back. So absolutely awesome. Um, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got another amazing one, 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is family, togetherness, feeling connected, feeling a part of your community, of your family, of your partnership, of the people around you. At work, working well with your team or the people around you. So at home, it's a sense of getting along well. So it's a real time of harmony over the weekend. So fantastic time to spend time with people you care about, whether that's family, partners, friends, whatever. Very, very good time for that. You're going to really enjoy it. So make time for it. Don't plan your weekend out to the extent where you don't have time to just actually hang out with people you really love. So very much, yeah, very strong connected influence in a relationship. It can mean that things are looking very, very positive. There's a lot of love between the two people. So any sort of confusion that may have been there in the past seems to be at an end. So overall, it's quite interesting because row one was the only one that was topsy-turvy. It just seems to be my impression of that was that there's just a lot of energy, a lot of intellectual, mental energy, and maybe a little bit of stress. And it's important to find a way to release that because if we do that, then we start to feel clearer by the middle of the week, more focused, less worried, less stressed. And by the weekend, things are starting to settle. So make a point of doing that. Make a point of getting any sort of worries or stresses or fears out inside us. They tend to create a bit of havoc, so getting them out, I'm taking that as good advice because while the cards were all face down, I picked row one and I've got a lot going on at the moment. So to me it's saying, yeah, okay, I'm over analysing it, I'm overthinking it, I'm worrying about it too much, and I just need to get clear again about where I'm going and what I need to do. You know, we all get those wake-up calls. You can know the law of attraction inside out and know how to work with it, but we're still human and we still have concerns and worries that can kind of get in the way of things at times. So I'm very grateful for the reminder. Reminders are always good, saying, hey, look, pay attention, get back into alignment, and things will fall into place. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. It has been an intense time if you've found Mercury retrograde or with the eclipse and the full moon, and we've had a lot going on. If you felt that like anything really wonky or interesting or strange or bizarre has happened in your life, please put it in the comments below. It's always interesting to share these things. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a like. YouTube appreciates that. It means they show my video. And lots of love to you all, and I'll see you all next time.